So we talked about the pools that don't catch on high contrast colors. Having lever handles on all the faucets. Get controls with reach in for reach in ability. So this is actually a microwave drawer, and you can see the control angled up at the top. So nobody has to bend over to get to this drawer, and nobody has to reach up too high and accidentally spill themselves hot food on themselves if it was soup or something like that. This kitchen, we brought the table down, again, making it available for all users. There's a high contrast between the shower and the floor. And we did that because we couldn't do a curbless shower in the bathroom on the left. And so with the high contrast, it makes it more obvious to say, oh, this is a step. I need to be able to step over this. Versus the one on the right, because we don't have a curb, there's not a tripping hazard, so we can go ahead and just run the material straight through. And everything can be slippery.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are you seeing more remodels with that curbless shower? Because it's surprising that even an inch or two is really problematic for some seniors.
Yes, I am. The trouble is the curbless shower. So the one on the left is actually on a second story, and the cost and engineering it would take to do it was more money than the client wanted to spend. So curbless showers can add anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000 on your project.
That's substantial.
It's substantial because we have to reframe the entire floor of the bathroom to all the waterproofing.
I would give your clients some stats about where falls happen. They always happen in the bathroom. So
absolutely.
Money would be worth it.
Money is worth it, but it's not always viable. So we have to stay within a homeowner's budget and say, okay, this is what we have to work with. Here's some pros and cons. Here's what you need to know. Here's that other shower. So you can see the hand shower. We could just bring it all the way over to the bench for her to be able to use it.
Love that.
And this is that same one that she has the step in. So it's not a roll-in situation where she'll be sitting on a bench all the time. And you can see there's a grab bar on the left, right over the shower controls. That's because I put the shower controls close to the door opening, and there's also the grab bar. So when you're stepping in the shower, you have something to hold on to while you're doing that step over.
I've also seen on one or two where they'll have like a spigot down at the foot level so that you can actually adjust the temperature before you're sending it up to a higher level.
Those, they use a lot more water. And so if you're not in a, it depends on the size of your drain and what you're doing. You need to make sure your drain size for the shower can accommodate the higher flow because there's no flow restrictor on a tub spout, but there is a flow restrictor on shower heads because we live in California and we have had droughts for as long as I've been alive. So, you know, those are the yes and kind of things.
Got it.
In this one, we have a roll-in shower here on the left, but the clients, at the time, the code wasn't required that you could have the shower control closer to the opening. It was still saying pretty much stay in line with things. But we have a lever handle on this faucet and another tilted mirror. But here on the right, this is that same one I showed you earlier. This handheld faucet, we actually used a bar faucet with a pull-out because, again, her husband had MS. He often liked to wash his hair over a sink because it took him so long and he didn't want to get his whole body wet and be cold. So while it took him time to wash his hair, he could do this more comfortably, get his legs underneath this sink. And this countertop is only about 13 inches deep in order to accommodate an existing space that would not allow for wheelchair access otherwise. Again, it's being intuitive here on the left, the tub control, it's simply a push button. So the water comes out of the tub spout first. After you've used this control, you just move it and you get it to your temperature and it's happy. And then you push the button when you're ready for it to come out of the shower. So while it's not going to be something you're not gonna pull that button back out again, but it is easy to push it with any body part. And we talked about the horizontal elements here at this mirror in this niche. We want to have balanced lighting. So yes, you can get away with a light that is overhead. But it's not the best lighting if you're putting on makeup or shadow, because you can probably see right now, I have a shadow here. If I was trying to shave in a mirror, I'd probably be missing a lot more here. Whereas if I get my lighting on either side of my face, and then I'd also substitute with a recessed light overhead, then I've got the majority of my face in light, and I can put on makeup, I can shave, I can put on my contacts. When I drop my contact, I can find it, those kinds of things. And the picture on the right actually has a mistake from the contractor that is easy to fix, but I want to point it out. The lighting on the left of this mirror, you see how much cooler and more blue the paint looks? And the lighting on the right looks really warm and more yellow. The difference there is the color temperature, or the kelvins. So the one on the left, these recessed lights have adjustable Kelvin temperatures in them just for this purpose. That's more of a 34,000 K or Kelvin, and it's cooler, it's closer to daylight. The one on the right, that's closer to 27 K, or it's warmer and closer to a candlelight. And what I find with most people is that everybody looks good under 3,000 K. And that's what I'm using right now with my lighting. It's warm enough, but it's still white enough so you see the colors just as well.
Is that the light bulb or is that the actual fixture?
So it's actually LED. So it allows us to make the adjustment in the fixture. So it's as easy as sending the contractor back out there. He can stand on his ladder, pop it down, and push a button and put it back in. It's not an install kind of a thing. A homeowner could do it if they really felt comfortable getting on a ladder. So simply put, universal design is good design.